Good evening. Our guest in Heroes tonight is a drama teacher. From her base at Newcastle University, she's achieved a worldwide reputation because of her use of drama as a means of learning. She's called Dorothy Heathcote. You may not recognise the name, but you may recognise the style. If I show you a clip of an omnibus programme that was made about her work. In the excerpt, a group of approved schoolboys from Blaydon are the British soldiers, and Dorothy Heathcote is the German commandant.
House, you Britishers in there!
Hold up fire!
I know how many there are in.
How many then?
The officer will stand up.
Don't stay down. Get down. Stay down.
Stand up.
Stay down. Sir.
So, you have 13 men and yourself in the house. We know we have counted them.
Yes.
And they're not coming out.
You will send out through this window.
No.
13 guns plus yours.
You stand to
14 British standard rifles. Come on. You are covered. You have no way of escaping. Out.
But we've got
No.
the information.
We've
I
got
am
your
not
children
here
here.
to waste words. Do you
Quiet.
wish to be shot?
We've got your children.
13 rifles plus your own. Thank you.
Hands above your heads.
It is your responsibility.
Well, get your names out. Your
Get their hands above their heads and their knives out.
One question.
Yes.
Have you got away from kids?
Yes.
I have.
Then we are equal.
And there's
No,
we're
you're
not.
gonna kill us.
You are my prisoners.
An excerpt.
Get out yours.
Stay inside. Order them to stay inside.
Back. What you want to do?
How many men have you got then? You and those
Get them to
army?
shut up.
You and your ground
Get
army?
your men to shut up and listen.
Quiet.
What rank are you?
It is my
I ask some
business.
questions.
Well, our business is my business as well.
You will get your men out of this house, lined up in the street, ready for the wagons. Is
No
that
chance.
understood?
No chance. No chance.
It is an order, because if you do not, the place will be blown up shortly.
Don't,
It is
sir,
entirely
don't.
up to you.
I give the orders.
I give the order.
And you stand attention when you talk to me.
I shall remember you later.
Dorothy Heathcote, before we start talking about your heroes, weren't you being a bit hard on those lads?
No, I wasn't. I was paying them the compliment that they knew and I knew that we could be rough with one another because we were really good friends. The reason I'm being hard is I'm trying to... They're very good at being antisocial. So I'm legitimising being antisocial for 5 minutes in order that we can talk about how people really feel under circumstances like that.
Well, why does your method of using drama in that way work?
Well, I don't know that it's a method. I think, well, I suppose you can call it a method. It's really to do with very high-level negotiation of where the kids are at and winning them round so that the spectator in them starts to be positive, so that they'll work with us, so that they can really begin to use a relationship with an adult to get themselves informed in some way. It's a relationship of honour you're after.
Where did these ideas come from in your childhood? I mean,
Oh, I've no idea. It just seems to me that everybody likes learning, but the context for learning usually isn't there. You know, it's like, do it for me because I'm the teacher. Whereas in drama, you put a context there. There's always a reason for knowing how to do something better. So one of the things there might be just to have a real look at a gun, not to use it, but to see how it's built, and then look at craftsmanship. I mean, that isn't shown in that piece of work, but it's heading that way. And then how do you look after things people have made?
let's look at some of your heroes. I mean, the people who presumably taught you, like your granny.
Well, of course, my granny's a hero because, well, A, she got on with the job every day. You see, I think getting up, getting on and getting through it as well as you can is a very important thing about living. But what my grandmother had was, she was very deeply in touch with herself. And I don't think people are enough in touch with themselves.
What did she do?
Well, all she did, well, she did some amazing things, really, but she brought up 7 children. And, you know, she was a typically shapeless shape by the time I knew her, you know. But she was also the sort of one they fetched if anybody got gored by a bull or had to be fetched home on a gate. But she also was a kind of a witch in a sort of a way that she was... The top level of things was always about something else. That coal was for burning, but pictures in the fire were about other things. And potatoes had faces. And secrets were deep. Don't tell your I'm telling. And I like that.
Coming from that sort of rural background, did you not have a difficulty in persuading your family that training for the theatre was what was right for you?
No, I didn't, because you see, my mother was like my grandmother, if you know what I mean. And I was in a village, and I was always in the church concerts, and I was good at school, you know, I could quickly learn things. So people didn't think it very peculiar. It was only when you come to Leaf Mill that things get a bit bad.
Well, your mother must have taken some stick, though.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Because
She was
your
considered
place
a
was out there
fool.
working, wasn't it?
Well, yes, and anyway, the war was on. And, you know, you had to be in the mill or on the land. But, yes, she did take some stick, I imagine.
But did you set out at that time to become the grand actress?
Well, I suppose I thought I'd be an actress because I didn't know what else I could be. You see, I think obsession is valuable, and I think we spend a lot of time preventing people being obsessed. Well, I was lucky enough to get an obsession that nobody could stop. And if I, you know, it's one of the things I try to encourage in children, that obsession is one of the ways in which self-discovery can happen. And self-discovery is one of the ways you then get into what you might become. And everybody's that busy not being obsessed. Half an hour of this, then half an hour of that, then an hour of that, and then a new coat at Easter. You know, I think there's a lot to be said for obsession.
Oh, you're an obsessive worker, though, aren't you? I mean, you've
Yes.
even brought your embroidery today.
Yes, I like work. In fact, I just realised that I have on my kitchen wall, and I've had it for some time, a marvellous Chinese proverb, and I really do believe in it. You know, at midnight, noon is born.
You make me feel guilty I haven't got my model aeroplane kit while I'm asking you the questions.
Yes.